Welcome to the Devonshire Dis. Today, a familiar voice joins us to talk about one magical Walt Disney World trip. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the Devonshire Dis. I hope you're all well. November is here. Somehow, November is here. I hope everyone enjoyed the spooky season, bonfire night, the firework displays that we've had all week, and now we gear up for the festive time of year. Before all of that though, listeners to our October episode would have heard a familiar voice, and I'm delighted once again to be joined by a fellow Disney dad, a fellow co-host to the Dislo podcast, my neighbour down here in Devon, Adam Coomber, aka AC. How are we doing, mate?
Welcome aboard, everybody. Thank you for having me back on the Devonshire Dis, mate. I'm doing really well, and I'm very excited for this one. So this is going to be a good episode.
Oh, it absolutely is, yeah. Anyone who did listen to last month's episode, we were joined by a good friend of ours, Chelsea, also a neighbour down here in Devon, to discuss a topic actually that's, you know, dear to your heart, and obviously now to Chelsea's as well, with her first family Disney cruise.
Yeah.
That was awesome. It was great to have your insight regarding that episode as well, as someone who is a DCL regular. It was awesome. It was a great little chat. That
it was great, and it was really nice to hear a first time cruise experience, and how what they did was so different to how we do it, and you actually pick things up, and it was really good to see, and it was really nice to hear how good of a time they had on that cruise and the experience they had. So yeah, it was a fantastic episode, so definitely check it out if you haven't listened to it. It was really good, and we had a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. I still can't get over the story about the Enterprise guys on the port. I think that's hilarious.
That was so funny.
Where's the cases gone?
Just go get them. Go get the cases.
It was filled with some great conversations and some fab insight from yourself as well about cruising. So anyone who is about to jump on a Disney cruise line for the first time, definitely go and check out that episode. And any questions regarding voyaging Disney style, then definitely hit up AC for sure.
Yeah, you can answer. I'll answer any question I possibly can if you have it for cruising. I'll do my absolute best.
Great stuff. But today, you have returned to the Devonshire Dis podcast to reminisce of all the magic that you and your family got up to in your latest trip back to Walt Disney World.
Yes, we are, and it was a big one.
Absolutely. Why was this one so special for you guys?
So for us, it was the first trip for my youngest daughter, Lexi. So it was her first time going, but also it was the first time that we went as a family of four. So me, my partner, and my two kids. And actually it was the first time we went just the four of us. So normally we go in quite a large group with big groups of family. So this year we didn't. We just went as the four of us. So it was really special in that sense, really.
Yeah, awesome. It's a different dynamic when you don't have extended family around you, especially when you've got like little ones around, isn't it? Because don't get me wrong, it's always nice to have a grandparent or two around if you want to go and have a date night. But how did you navigate tackling Walt Disney World and a 2-week break as a family of four on your own?
Well, it was strange because I was really worried because it's the first time we'd done it. Me and Ellie were very much like, how are we going to do these two without like getting so stressed and worked up without the support. But actually, what we found very quickly was, as anything changed in the plans due to the kids being tired or needing something, or for something that had to change, we realized very quickly, well, actually, we can just do that. And we don't have to worry about upsetting or causing aggravation for anyone else we're going with, because we usually go in a group of like 13 or 14 people. So when we do things together, it's very planned, it's regimented, right? We'll all be here at this time doing this. Whatever that might be. And this time we didn't have to do that. If something went wrong, which it did, and of course with young kids it will, we just changed the plan. And we found that actually really quite relaxing.
Yeah, we were the same when we first did it. And it's sort of like there is that additional pressure, even though it's family, and the family get it, they've all been there, you know what I mean? But there is just that sort of niggling thing in the back of mind. It's like, yeah, but we did say we were going to go and do this at this time, and now unfortunately we're not going to be able to do it. are they going to feel a little bit despondent about it, or are we going to get a little bit more stressed because we're trying to fit it in and maybe have to put that pressure on littles to stay up for nighttime shows and so on and so forth. So it is interesting, isn't it, that you can just have that moment to be like, okay, we've got a plan, but actually this plan isn't going to materialize the way we want it, so let's just deviate, let's change that plan.
Yeah, and that happened a lot for us. And actually, when we deviated, we had some much nicer experiences, and
Good.
you know, and it actually turned out for the better. There were a couple of times where we went, yeah, that worked really well. I'm glad we did that, and I'm glad we took this time, or we did X and Y, because then it gave us the chance to for the kids to recharge for whatever reason they needed to, or for us to just kind of do whatever we wanted. And it was almost freeing, which is strange, because you're on vacation, you can do what you want, but when you're not worried about the knock-on effects, you just don't worry about it. You're like, okay, well, the focus is the four of us, whatever happens is whatever happens.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah, I'm with you there for sure. We felt that exactly the same a couple of years ago. There's something liberating about it, isn't there?
Yeah, it was really strange. Like, don't get me wrong, I love going with my family, and I always go with them when I can. But it was really nice to have that experience as just the four of us, and have it as purely just a family of us. It was really nice.
Yeah, good. Obviously, we recorded a pre-trip episode over on Disload. Yourself and Luke, who obviously went at similar times, even had a bit of an overlap.
Yeah.
So listeners, if you hit pause here and head over to Disload and listen to that episode, you'll hear about all of the interesting things that AC and Luke have planned for their upcoming trips, and then come back over to hear actually what materialized. But how did the plans pan out? Was it more guidelines when you got out there, or did you hit the majority of things that you wanted to do?
To be fair, we did manage to get most of what we wanted to do from the planning aspect done, to be fair.
Good.
There were things that we did miss, but most of it we managed to get done, if not when we had predicted to, at a later point in the holiday. So we might have said we wanted to go to Epcot on day X. Actually, that didn't materialize because the kids were too tired and we needed that break. So we just didn't do it, and we just made it work. But we got most of it planned out pretty much nail on the head, I would say.
Good. Yeah, listening to your pre-trip report, you didn't have everything too structured anyway, did you? You kind of already had that assumption that, some things weren't going to happen, and that actually the focus was on your two girls and making sure that they had a fab time. And I think that's really key. We mentioned it before that, like, when you're going out there, when you do have a young family, that has to be your focus, and don't get caught up on missing out whatever's flavor of the month on socials, or making sure you hit every nighttime spectacular because you have to go and see it because you paid the money to go and see them. It's like you have to be dictated by the kids.
Absolutely. And there were times where we were like planning and we were going to like an attraction and we wanted to do it, and then we'd be sidetracked by Riley going like, oh look, it's Donald, I want to see Donald, and we're like, yeah, all right, let's just go and do that. Go see it.
Yeah.
Have those moments, and it was great. Actually, those were the memorable moments because they were just so out of the blue, not in the plan.
Yeah, definitely. Good. Oh, good stuff. And she got to meet Donald, which, I mean, if you're going to meet one character on your trip, that's the one to meet, right?
Well, exactly. I mean, we will get into it later. There is one particular character interaction that I hold dear to my heart, and unfortunately it wasn't Donald, but
It must be good to beat Donald.
It was very special. It was very special. We will dig into that a bit later on.
Yeah, I love it. Good. It was also a special trip because of a certain DVC moment for you as well.
It was our welcome home stay for our contract with the Poly. It was a welcome home stay for us. It was very special. Really, really great to do that. It was really nice to. I've had the contract. When did I buy it? I bought it in early 24. So we've had the contract for well over like 18 months before we had a chance to use it. So it was nice to get out and actually have that welcome home stay. Yeah,
great. For those listeners who aren't DVC members, can you just give a brief overlay of what a welcome home stay is?
Sure. Yeah. So your welcome home stay will be the first stay that you take in your choice Disney Vacation Club resort, wherever that may be around the world. So once you've paid your contract and you've started to pay your maintenance and you have your points, when you make that first booking, it's known as your welcome home stay.
Yeah, great stuff. Extra special when you get to experience it for the first time as an owner, because obviously as listeners to Brit's Guide to DVC may know, you've grown up with DVC around your family anyway, but something extra special when it's your name above the door and you're heading out there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And we've been very fortunate. We've stayed in a very good range of resorts and rooms within the resorts across the Walt Disney World, campus, you want to call it. And it was really nice to stay at the Poly. But it wasn't the only place we stayed this trip. We stayed at a few. We did do a multi-stay, had a lot of first-time stays for different resorts while we were there as well. So it was great. It was a really good welcome home stay. Couldn't have asked for better.
Great stuff. Awesome. And we're going to get into those resorts a little bit later as well, for sure. As I mentioned, make sure you go and listen to Brit's Guide to DVC if you want to hear a little bit more about DVC. If you're thinking Disney Vacation Club, you've started speaking about it on this episode. I don't know enough about it, but I'm really interested. Do go over to Kev's podcast and check out Brit's Guide to DVC. Also, head over to the Disload. We talk about DVC news. Kev actually has a section dedicated to DVC, and we're obviously all of us over there in Disload are DVC members and been associated with DVC as well. So if you do have any questions, then do speak to any of us on Devonshire Dis, Brit's Guide to DVC, Disload, and then you can also catch AC on Insta over at Sailing Away Podcast as well. So we're here to help when it comes to the minefield, which is Disney Vacation Club.
And it is a very confusing place. It is. And Kev does such a stellar job of explaining it and making it easy to understand.
Yeah, definitely. I was speaking to someone on socials the other day, actually, and they mentioned, like, you're a DVC member, aren't you? I was like, yeah. And they were like, yeah, we went on a tour, and yeah, now we're intrigued. They're very good at doing that.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you. They do that. I actually never took a tour before I purchased my contract, but because we grew up, we in our early 20s started having it. We became members. So I just kind of got it from that. I didn't need to take the tour because I knew enough.
Yeah.
But you can see it. Like, we saw a lot of people taking tours around the Island Tower when we were staying there, and you could see their faces. You're like, you're going to buy this. You are.
It's difficult when they get you through the door.
Yeah,
and that's like they're obviously very good at what they do in trying to give you a bit of a sales pitch, but actually the places like the Poly Tower speak for themselves, don't they? Really, they
do. The Poly Tower has a bit of a bad rap in its outside aesthetics, but we'll get into the ins and outs of that tower while we're here. My opinion is not what most people have of that opinion, but we'll get as we progress the story of this trip report, you'll learn to understand why, listeners.
Yeah, great stuff. Right, let's get into these memories because I'm itching to hear all about it. Roll out the red carpet, hit the lights, and cue cheesy Hollywood music because AC is about to go through his WDW Trip Awards. First award for this evening is Favourite Ride or Attraction.
That's such a tough one, isn't it? I'm gonna give it 2, and there's reasoning for 2. One being, I would say, Tron. I took Tron as one of my favourites this year because it was the first time of riding it.
Awesome.
And I've never done it, and the only rode it once, and I rode it as it turned into the Tron Aries 9-inch nails overlay.
Yes,
and I loved that. It was really. I mean, I couldn't compare it to the old because I've not done the old, but that one was brilliant. Loved it. Really enjoyed that. So
was it a whole different soundtrack for the whole attraction? Do you know?
Yes, it's a whole different soundtrack, and also there's a different story. So the AI infrastructure from the Tron Aries takes over the ride as you're going through the gates.
Oh,
so as you're going through the gates, you're not actually just racing orange and blue. You're actually racing as blue, but you've been corrupted by the AI model of Aries that's running through the gates. And then as you end at the end of the final gate, it then you break the corruption of the AI model and it takes it over. Yeah, it was really cool. I loved it. And it was the fact that I'd never done it, and and I got that front row experience on launch, and it was just
that's phenomenal.
So good.
Did you have to wait any longer for front row? Was it a big queue? Or?
No, it wasn't. And I'll be honest, I did pay a lightning lane for it because I was like, I'm desperate to ride it, so I'm just going to pay it and do it. But it was fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah, good stuff. Listeners, we've recommended it over on Disload. Luke said it, and he mentioned it to me when we were out there together. Said make sure you get front row, and
He's
will
right.
second that for sure. Yeah, he definitely needs to go front row.
Absolutely.
Good. So that's top of the shop.
That was top of the shop for me as a family collective, and this one's controversial, but Navi River Journey took it for us as the family winner this year.
Oh, I love Navi River Journey.
I love Navi River Journey. It's such a bad rap. Yeah, okay, it's a slow boat ride. I kid you not, we rode it 5 times. The kids were just obsessed with it.
Yes, yeah.
They loved it. And it was one of those where it's dark, but it's engaging. The bioluminescence and the creatures, and they were just so hooked on it. And then obviously when you see the shaman come in at the end, they loved it, and they were going around singing the song for ages. Yeah, they loved it. And just because we rode it so many times, I have to give it an honorable mention as a contender for family favorite this year.
Yeah, definitely. We found with our littles that boat rides are the winners over there for sure. Any sort of like Grand Fiesta Tour and Living with the Land even. But yeah, Navi River was definitely up there for us as well. We loved it.
Yeah, Riley got a little bored on Living with the Land. She kind of lost her patience at the end.
Imagine.
But yeah. I love Living with the Land, so I was like, no, you've got to do it. You got to do Living with the Land. But yeah, I was like, oh, we'll do it once. The kids might not really understand it, and obviously they've never seen Avatar, so they don't understand it, but they just loved it. But they said they loved Grand Fiesta Tour, all the boat rides, big hits.
Yeah,
really big hits. But yeah, we hit Navi a lot.
You got to do it. Hey, if they enjoy it, then why not?
It was like we did a lot of road dropping in Animal Kingdom, like you do, because obviously it's an early hours park, and they were like, "Can we do the glowy boat ride?" And we're like, "Yeah, glowy boat ride." Everyone's queuing for Flight of Passage. There's no queue for glowy boat ride. Let's go do glowy boat ride.
Excellent. Oh, we need to find someone to make a T-shirt for glowy boat ride. That's for sure.
Glowy boat ride. That's what Riley would call it. Was the glowy boat ride. It was great.
Did you find, obviously going as the family of 4, did you find that your list of attractions that you were able to experience, did it tend to be more family friendly this time?
It was, but that was always our intention. The intention was to try and do the attractions that we could all do together. And then when we're having those periods where the girls are having some like downtime, falling asleep in the pram or anything like that, that's when me and Ellie would jump on doing the attractions that they couldn't ride.
Yeah, good stuff.
And we got all of them done. Everything got done. So in that sense, from an adult's point, we got everything we wanted done, and the kids still rode everything they could possibly want to ride. So
yeah, great stuff.
It was good for that, and I can't complain. The crowds were so quiet.
Yeah, yourself and Luke said that.
Yeah,
just time of year, do you think?
I think so. I think Disney's in a little bit of a down period at the moment anyway, for whatever reason that might be, given things like Epic and just general sort of things. And also September's a quieter period anyway, isn't it? Most people are back at school, so most people are going in the September month, and then it starts to kind of pick back up as Halloween picks up into October, and then it comes back again. But yeah, the crowds were really low and
that helps.
Yeah, and it was great in the sense that we could just do everything we needed to do and what we wanted to, and we had no problems with it. I think we had one day which was like our final day where the crowds were bonkers.
Really?
Yeah, and it was like Barnstorm was a 60-minute wait.
Ah, okay.
So that's when you know it's busy. When Barnstorm was at an hour, it was busy. Yeah, it was really busy.
Hey, if you're having that on your last day, that's certainly better than having it on your first day.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that we all walked away from that day going, yeah, it was busy, but we've not had to worry about this for the last 2 weeks, so we can't complain.
Yeah, good. So lightning lanes and all of that stuff wasn't necessarily needed that much?
Not necessarily. There were a couple of days where we booked it. So we booked it for our first day in Magic Kingdom, just because I wanted to kind of give that, like, get the most out of the day as much as we could, just really enjoy that first day. And I just went, for one day, it's fine, we'll do it. So we did it for then. And then we did one Saturday at Hollywood Studios, because again, it's a Saturday. I don't know how busy it's going to be. Hollywood Studios tends to be quite busy as a park in general. So let's just get it and have it. But what I planned it as, so it was the morning of the Magic. So we'd have Magic Kingdom, the day we had it for Magic Kingdom, it was in the morning we were at MK, and then in the afternoon we tricked over to Epcot. So I used it for 2 parks for that day. Nice. And we did get use out of it in both parks. All right, we didn't get we didn't get Frozen and Test Track and things like that, but we got it on for other stuff, and it was enough to just kind of almost like the icing on the cake for the day, because I think when we did it Magic Kingdom, we got 90% of Magic Kingdom done on Lightning Lane, and it was like you close one and then there's one available for like 20 minutes, and it was just a constant thread. We got so much done on that first day with the Lightning Lane, because it was quiet, and B, we had it on our arsenal. We pre-booked the things we wanted to pre-book, so it was really good for that. And then it was the same with Hollywood Studios. We did Hollywood Studios of the morning, rattled off loads, got, I'd say, good 60% of the park done on Lightning Lane, except for Slinky Dog Dash. That was the one we couldn't get. And then we went over to Animal Kingdom in the afternoon and just rattled off more with it.
Nice.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, so we for those few days we made use of it, and then I bought a couple of individual Lightning Lanes for me and Ellie, things like Guardians and then Tron, just to kind of take them off.
Yeah, good. It's one of those things that, like, when we went in 24, we didn't use it at all.
No,
didn't use it at all.
I still think you can still have a good day without it. I do believe you can still do it. Yeah, okay. If you have a really busy day, you're going to struggle. But if you have the crowds like we had in a September period, you don't necessarily need. You can still get a good whack done in a day, no problem.
Yeah, good. You sort of majority attractions. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it, and a great first pick for this first award. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. So, attractions out of the way. What about shows? What was the favourite daytime show for this trip?
Oh, that's really interesting, because there was so many. There's new ones this year.
Yes.
Again, I'm gonna run this in two. So apologies. I'm gonna do one for myself being here, and then one for the family sort of win.
No, that's a good shout. I like it.
For me, this year's winner is Villain Show.
Oh wow! Really?
I loved that Villain Show. I really enjoyed it. I was sort of walked into it thinking, oh, it'll be okay. I sort of heard mixed bags about it, but I walked in, I listened to it and watched it, and I loved it. Like, I really loved that show.
I
really loved it, and I would highly recommend, if you're in Hollywood Studios, you go see the Villain Show. It was great. It was between Maleficent, Cruella, and Captain Hook.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was really good.
Good trio.
Good trio. And the stage effects are brilliant. Like, really good.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're awesome.
Because it's a lot of projections as well as obviously characters coming in and interacting, right?
It is, but it integrates really well. Like, I don't want to sit here and spoil it too much, but all I will say is, like, some of the projections just come out onto the wall side as well. So when you're in a scene, the walls change with it. And it just worked really well. It was so unexpected in my head that I just loved it the more for it.
Yeah. I've not seen much of it online. Obviously, it's very easy to be spoiled these days on YouTube watching vlogs and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've not seen many people talk about it or show it, so I wondered if it was a hit or not. But it sounds like it is worth it.
I would, if you go in and you're looking for that time to get in the air conditioning, have a nice bit of music, and then have a good show, absolutely go and watch it. 100%.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
good stuff.
100%.
What about the building? So, is the setup similar to what it was with obviously Lightning McQueen, or?
No, it's different now. It is different. You walk in, it's the same like when you walk in. That it's like how it all looks. No, it doesn't even look different. It looks like a completely new theatre inside. Yeah, the walk-in is the same, but when you walk into the building, you still walk in the exact same way as you would with Lightning McQueen. But the actual inside doesn't look anything like Lightning McQueen. It's proper seats. It's not like just metal benches you sit on or anything like that.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Is it bench seating or is it tiered?
No, it's not tiered. It's like flat, but it's proper seating.
Proper seating.
Yeah.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, it was really, really good. I was really impressed with it.
Good. What about the family? They enjoy that one?
They did. Yeah, all of our family loved it. Yeah, they all had a really good time.
It's family friendly.
It's family friendly. Yeah, it's not. There's no jump scares or anything like that. So little kids can play along with it and enjoy it, and they had a great time. Lexi, our youngest, she's like musical obsessed. Like, you can see it when musical stuff comes on, shows. You can see she just lights up. And she loved it. She loved all of those. So every time we watched the show and she was watching it, she had a great time.
Nice. Oh, awesome. It's good that it's family friendly, because I didn't know what the vibe would be like.
No, it's very family friendly. It's not there to scare or do anything like that. It's one that everyone can join into, and it's really good fun.
No bugs stinging you.
No,
while
nothing.
You sat there.
nothing like it's tough to be a bug. Nothing like that. No scares. No, not at all.
What about shows for the family then? What were their favourites?
I think Festival of the Lion King takes the win.
Yeah, it's a good
takes
show.
the win. It's the best show for that. The kids, again, I mean, they loved all the shows, but that one you could see they really, really loved it. They really loved it. They loved it. And, you know, seeing Simba come to life and, you know, talking and the animals and how grand it all is. And yeah, they loved it. And it's just one of those shows that's been there for years and it's timeless and it won't ever go away. And it's so fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I can't go to Animal Kingdom without watching it.
No.
Definitely not.
No.
It's just fab.
It is. It's just so good. And it's every time you go, I find every time I go, I enjoy it more. Even though I've seen it so many times, I always walk out and go, oh, it's just so good.
Yeah, yeah. And you're seeing it through like your child's eyes as well.
Yes.
Seeing them light up, it's just a whole different experience, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think it's the best show. Just full stop. But the kids loved it. Yeah. But I think Villains for me this year, because it was new and it was such I was so surprised by how much I liked it.
I wasn't expecting you to say that one. That's good. Yeah. Good. I'm like, hopefully it's still there and it stays there for a decent amount of time. Whether it changes when, you know, Villains Land materializes in MK, maybe it transfers over there. But I wonder how long it's going to stick around for.
Yeah, I think it will go when Villains opens, whenever that is. I think that's when they'll slow it down, and then, you know, maybe some felt friends of ours will move in.
You never know.
Next door. You never know. You never know. Hopefully a certain 3D film will make a reappearance, but let's not get into
that. Since we're talking shows, was it Mist?
Was it Mist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it was Mist.
I have a feeling they might bring that show back. You never know.
I hope they do. Honestly, I took those funny photos outside of it, you know, on my knees in the night, and I put it on my Instagram. So if you see my Instagram, you'll see it there. But although I did that out of jest, it did sting sitting outside watching it be demolitioned, and workers. You could hear the workers in there, and I was like, those just crushing me.
You could hear the screams of Kermit and Miss Piggy.
Yeah, and then you got Luke on our lads night out going, oh, this should be a really funny bit. And I'm like, yeah, it'll be really, really funny. And it was really funny, but inside I'm like, my soul is dying. Whilst I'm wearing my Muppet Labs t-shirt.
I don't know, there's something about it. Since, like, obviously they've moved Muppets over to Rock and Roller, it's like, and you've got a theatre right next door, and it's Villains, which we all expect to be temporary.
Yeah, and they're playing it into the story.
Sense.
They're playing it into the story, and their Scooter's uncle has bought the building of G-Force, and
yeah.
You know, so it could. We don't know. We can hit and hope.
We shall see.
We shall see.
Good. I'm glad Villains was up there, though. That's good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I think it's worth going to see.
Awesome. We're off to a good start. Okay, award number 3 is a favourite character interaction.
I see. That's where you're gonna get me now, because there is no comparison for this. We were in Hollywood Studios for late night hours.
Yes.
Because it was evening hours because of the not so scary Halloween parties. The extended evening hours were at Hollywood Studios, which is rare, and we were lucky to get those. And we were leaving Batu, coming out by Muppet Vision, and there was Mickey and Minnie in their original gear, like red dress, red bow.
Oh, nice.
You know, really old school. And Wiley was up with us, and we were like, oh, do you want to go see Mickey and Minnie? Have a little chat, go see him and that. And she was like, yeah, really excited. And the cast member, she said to her, you come with me, princess. She took her off. She walked her away. And then what happened was we sort of went with them, and then Mickey and Minnie were there. And then she took her over to Mickey and Minnie, and they grabbed her hands and then walked her down the street for like 5 minutes. No, it wasn't 5 minutes. It was like more like a minute. But to me, it felt like 5 minutes. It was just the most spectacular thing watching them. And then I stood next to them, and then Mickey grabbed my arm, and we all walked, the four of us walked down together. And it was
amazing.
it was just the most magical moment. It was that proper Disney advert magic happening in front of my eyes with my kid. And I was so like, I was proper emotional. No,
it hit you.
Yeah, big time. But it was such a fantastic moment, and I love it so much that my kid got to have that moment, and I'll never forget that.
Yeah. As far as Disney dad moments come, like strolling down hand in hand with Mickey and watching your child go through those sort of elations, that's what it's all about.
She was over the moon, and you could see it. She was like looking at them, like looking up at both of them. They were so great with her, and it was just this fantastic character interaction that she loved. And I couldn't tell you how much, like, from an emotional point of view, I was sat there going like, I'm about to cry so much.
Oh, definitely, that'll hit your feels very quickly.
It was one of those moments. It was brilliant. It was so good.
I can see why you said there was something better than Donald earlier. I think
unfortunately
that's probably the one.
Yeah, I mean, she had a great time meeting Donald. They both did. Donald, we had a really good interaction with Donald, Goofy, and Pluto when we checked into Saratoga. Literally.
Oh, nice.
We
good.
just arrived, going in for check-in, parked up, and they were in the main area because it was raining.
Cool.
And Riley and Lexi and Donald was hilarious. He was, there was this like wet floor sign, and he was like picking it up with his beak in his hands and like pretending to eat it and walking around with it. And the cast member was like telling him off, and my kids were just almost in tears watching it, and it was so funny. And you've got Goofy there like pointing at him, going like, "No," and he's just being a proper like troublemaker. It was so good. So
the sign's there for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're like, "No, Donald, don't do it." And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna do it." So don't do it. I'm gonna do it.
That's the magic right there, isn't it?
Yeah, and it was like, and because it was as we just arrived, we just got off the plane, parked up, and we walk in, and that's what we see. I was like, "We're so back.
We're back.
We're back. This is the Disney magic that I have been like wishing for years." Yeah, and we got it straight away.
When people say about the magic of that place and why do you go back again, it's for moments like that where you're like, there you go, don't need to explain it anymore, just have a look at that.
Those two moments, if you put those two moments in an advert, you'd sell, because it was just that level of incredible.
Yeah, good.
It was brilliant. They were the characters this year were on point with the kids. All of them were. But, for me, the one with Mickey and Minnie walking my hand in hand with my daughter was one of the most special moments I've ever witnessed.
Did you find there were, compared to recent trips, have you found that there are more character interactions around?
Yeah.
And also, like, roaming characters. There seems to be more around.
There have been. Epcot especially. Like, if you go to Epcot in the morning, there's loads. We walked through the France Pavilion, and Aurora was there. Belle was there, just roaming around, and Riley and Lexi got to meet them and talk to them. There was loads of it, and I noticed that because when we went in 22, there was none. You didn't get any of that sort of thing. And I found in the after hour events for the extended evening hours, they brought characters out then. So it was either in the early morning or in the late night they brought them out, and they brought loads out. There were so many just roaming around.
It's good to see.
Yeah, Lexi had a really special interaction as well with Rapunzel in Magic Kingdom. We were, they were just roaming, her and Flynn, and Ellie had taken Riley to go use the facilities, and I was just holding Lexi, and she came up behind us and asked us to walk with her as well. So we had two of those types of moments, really. And Riley got it with Mickey Minnie, but Rapunzel did it with Lexi. So she was like, "Come with us, would you like to come and help us look for Pascal?" And obviously Lexi's not even one. She doesn't know what's going on. But for me, I'm like, yes, absolutely, we're going with you. Come on.
Yeah. I think we lost a bit of that magic, especially the roaming sort of element to it. We lost that over the last decade or so, but they seem to be really putting an effort to get that back into the parks, which is good to see.
It is, and you can see the efforts there. You can really see they're trying for it, and it did work, and it was really special.
Good. Awesome. How are the kids with characters?
Riley was really hit and miss. So certain masked characters, she was like, absolutely not. Edna Mode, for example, she was like, no, absolutely not. Lexi was like, yes, please, more of that. So it was really hit and miss. Riley was sometimes really into them, sometimes she wasn't, but they were as they are. When they know if a child's nervous and they don't like it, they're really good with them. So, I can't fault them for that. But yeah, they're all in all really, really good.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Good. We had a few inconsistent moments with both Noah and Penny, and it's like you sort of forget sometimes that, you know, you're going telling your really young child to go and speak to an 8-foot mouse. It's going to be a little bit daunting, right?
Yeah. Even you, as the parent, you don't think about it. You're like, oh, it's fine. Yeah, of course it's okay, you know. But they're like, oh, not sure. And then you kind of sit back and go, oh, yeah, if I was a kid, I'd probably be a bit unsure too. Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm glad they had the interactions you had. It sounded like you had a great time with that.
Yeah, they were really special. They were really special.
Good. I personally think characters is the cherry on top of the cake when it comes to Disney parks. They really are the things that make that magic extra special.
Couldn't agree more. Especially this year. Like that the moment with Mickey and Minnie will, hands down be that moment forever for now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Good stuff. Right, on to the next award. We spoke about the daytime shows. What was your favourite nighttime spectacular?
Well, again, we're going to double down on two here because I've got to. I'll start with the family one first. So the family one, I think, for us as a family, will be Starlight Parade.
Wow, cool.
That was insane. Like, it was incredible.
Yeah.
I loved it. You know, from a point of view of a nighttime parade, we haven't had one in so long. I've not seen one in so long, and we camped. We had to camp for that spot. It was busy to the point where the announcements came up and said there are no spaces for this parade. You cannot watch it. If you're trying to get into it, you ain't watching it, essentially.
Yeah.
You know, you can't watch it. And we camped for an hour and 20 minutes, I think we waited in the end. And had a really good spot on Main Street. So worth it.
And this is the parade that starts at the bottom of Main Street and works its way up, right?
That's correct, yeah. So it starts at Main Street, it's in reverse, and with Main Street, then up through to Frontierland. But let me tell you, I know, like, Luke, for example, loves Spectrum Magic. Yeah. And, you know, a lot of the, I say older, in the not in the sense because I never saw Spectrum Magic. It wasn't around when I was, in the parks. I had the Main Street Electrical Parade. Yeah. For me, it absolutely destroys the Electrical Parade.
Wow, really?
For me, it does. I just thought it was so fantastic. I loved it. So, my favourite all-time nighttime spectacular is Paint the Night in California Adventure.
It's always phenomenal looking parade.
Oh, it's incredible. I'll never forget going there in 2015 on my own and just sitting there watching that parade and being like blown away by it. So it's not Paint the Night, but it's better than the Main Street Electrical Parade. And I think for what it is, it's fantastic, and the girls loved it. And we bought the Starlight Bubble one that syncs with the lights of it all, and they loved it. Honestly, it was so magical. It was a wonderful parade. It really was. I loved it. We can all sit here and say how we love Happily Ever After. And we do. It is fantastic. But I'll get into it a bit more later of why I wouldn't put that as my favourite this year. But that's because I was spoiled with Happily Ever After. Yeah. So whereas with Starlight, I got to see it once, and that was it. Yeah. So for the family, we loved that. We loved it.
That's good. Like, you've gone with villains for your show, which obviously is a new thing, and now Starlight as well. I'm so glad that it hit the heights that we were anticipating it would hit with Starlight. Because I remember speaking to both of you before the trip and saying, like, I've watched it on a vlog and I don't want to spoil it, but I think you're going to enjoy it, and I'm glad it really did hit that high.
It was fantastic. It was it was fantastic.
The floats look phenomenal.
Oh, they're brilliant. The videos don't capture. I went back and watched videos when I got home, and I was like, it doesn't capture how big these things are, how well lit they are, and how like eye catching they really are.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good pick. I like that one.
Yeah. So that's the family's one. For me, it will always be Phantasmic.
Yes.
Always be Phantasmic. And this year I got to take my kids to experience Phantasmic for the first time. Yeah. So that was a really, really special moment for me, and one that I definitely cried a lot at, because watching it, I've not watched it since 2018.
Oh wow, it's been a time.
It's been a long time since I watched it.
Yeah.
When we went in 22, we were there for the day of reopening, and there was just no way we were going to see it. Yeah. So we didn't get a chance to see it again, which was a shame. So we watched it for the first time as a family this year. So that was really special to me. Nice. And I just have the memory of holding Riley in my arms, watching Sorcerer Mickey do the end show and disappear and coming up, and her literally going, "Wow." That was amazing.
Yeah.
And being sat there and holding her and remembering how that was the exact reaction I had when my mom took me the first time as well.
Yeah.
It was such a special moment. And yeah, I was very emotional throughout that whole show. Because I get emotional about that show because I love it so much. And it's just one of those great shows. But to do it with my kids and take my kids to see something that was so special to me and them love it as much as they did, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. And even Riley was like the couple nights left, so we're going to go see your favorite show tonight, Daddy. You know, things like that. And she knew. And it was so great. Yeah, it was a really special moment. And even talking about it, I get like, you almost get that little bit of that choke in the back of your feeling, in the back of your throat. You're like, I can't describe how magical that moment was for me and my family, and trying not to, like, you know, it's hard to describe how much it meant to me.
Yeah. Just hearing that makes me feel the way that you're feeling, because it harkens to the memories that I have when we took Penny and Noah to watch it as well. Yeah. And exactly the same. The first thing that comes to mind in those sort of experiences of, I grew up watching this and I experienced it the way I experienced it with my parents, and now that generational hit has happened. It's our kids that we're taking, and they're buzzing for it. Penny was jumping up and down on the seats, having a dance and stuff. It's just, that's what makes this place the place that we invest so much money in, let's face it.
Yeah, and it's the fact it was on like one of those moments where I'm like, okay, as an adult going on my own, I go on my own. I go with my friends. I go with my family. It's great. You know, go with Ellie when it was just the two of us. Great. Take them to see these things. Like, this really means a lot to me. Yeah, you don't appreciate it. But when you take your own kids and you're like, I'm able to provide for my kids what my parents gave me that was so special. Yeah. Now you're like, wow, okay, this really elevates how magical and special this is to us.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. It's a Disney dad pat on the back at that point, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was one of those moments where I'm like, I'm really proud of myself for being able to give my kids what I've had. Yeah. But also, I want to elevate it more and just make it our own thing that's so special. But she'll now have that memory forever, because she talks about it now. I mean, she's not even 4 and she remembers it. So the fact that she remembers it means to me that it's there and it's stuck.
Good. Yeah. Good. Oh, that's an incredible answer. Yeah, and I love it. Fantasmic will always be that close to my heart as well. It's just a phenomenal show.
It's the best. It is. And those new additions that came in 22. So I love them. They were really good. Yeah, they were great.
It fits, doesn't it? It
does. Yeah, they did a really good job with that. I thought it was fantastic. And and because it resonated more with Riley, because it's like Frozen and Moana.
Very true.
You know, they resonate with her. So it made that's what makes it more special again, is because they've changed it, but it suits the newer generation of kids that are growing up with these films. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's capturing a whole new audience, and they're feeling the same about it that we did. So it's doing the right thing. I thought it was a seamless additions. Really, it's great. Couldn't agree more. Loved it. I was really like not worried. I was like, oh, will it be any better? Will it not be this? You know, will it do anything? It just made it just as good. You know, when Elsa comes on and starts singing, and you know, it's brilliant. Yeah, it was really good. And I remember Riley was like, Elsa, you know, like just like trying to reach out and see and wave to her and stuff, and you're like, brilliant. Well done. Yeah, really good. Great stuff. Oh, awesome. Yeah, good picks. We got one of the brand new offerings, and we've also got the timeless one as well. Absolutely, so I love it. Yeah. Good stuff. Right, we're going to put it all in one big package as far as the parks are concerned, and go for this award, which is the favourite overall park this trip. Changes every time, I know. It does, but what about this trip? I don't know. I think it'll have to be MK. It's always going to be MK for us, but I think Magic Kingdom is always our top overall park. We spent a lot of time in AK this year. A lot of time in Animal Kingdom, I mean, we always do. Epcot's always our like least visited of the parks, not because we don't love Epcot, but it's because our kids are still too young. It's not really much for them to do at this point. You've got the polished turd in there if you watch the Disneyland episodes that no one's interested in. Very true. And you know, and then I would say MK. We spent a lot of time in MK. We had a really good time in MK. Yeah. There's so much for families as far as offerings are concerned, and that's not just rides, it's shows, character interactions. There's a reason why that's the flagship park, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And for us, like, staying near it is the easiest part to get to. So you're like,
true.
I'm just going to go there.
Yeah.
You know, but MK will always be the favorite, I think, in our household, and it'll always take top rank.
Yeah. Interesting you mentioned AK is like sort of the second place, because they are like polar opposites as far as parks. What was it really that, apart from, you know, Navi River Journey, what else was it about AK that really stood out?
I think it's just the way that the park works at AK is it's such a like you say, it's such a polar opposite to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
That actually the kids found it more relaxing. In the sense of it, you know, and the rides there are great for the kids. You know, you've got Glowy Boat ride, you've got, you know, the shows are there that are really, really good for the kids. You know, they just love that park, and the animals and seeing all of that. They just really loved it, and so we ended up spending a lot of time in there, and actually we loved it as the second park of the year, you know, for this year.
Good. We've done the same. Like Loz and I have always loved AK, massive animal fans, love conservation, but also just find like as far as relaxing park days are concerned, like AK has to be a pick, because you can just spend a day wandering around. You don't need to hit an attraction. You don't need to see it show. You can just wander around that park and take in the beauty of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we did like the early morning Kilimanjaro safari this year, you know, like they always reckon do. And I tell you what, I think it was the best one we'd ever done, because we had the lions playing. The lions were like playing with each other on the Pride Rock they'd got in there.
Yeah.
It was really interactive. We had a white rhino come up real close.
Nice.
You know, and again, this is the first time my kids are really seeing it. Riley's done this before in 22, but she doesn't really remember it. This time she did, and she was again blown away by it. And that's why we were kind of like, actually, we ended up doing that a few times, and they loved it. They just love that stuff. You know, we did Rafiki's Planet Watch. They loved that. Sitting all that, just wandering around the tiger, like doing the tiger trek and all those things. It was great for that sort of stuff. You know, so we just spend loads of time there, and they really enjoyed it.
Yeah, good. And that's essentially without the Dino Land and all of that stuff, which is obviously transitioning to something which is going to be even more to offer in that park. So exciting times for that park. Sure.
Absolutely, yeah. And we got set off our World to the Dinosaur, so you know we got plenty of rides on that, so that was always good. And I think that's probably also why we spent a bit more time there, because we knew it was closing down, so we're like, okay, let's go and do that. I think I rode Dinosaur 4 or 5 times this year.
Good, yeah. So it's a great ride. I love that ride. I'm really excited for Indy, because I like Indiana Jones, so I think it'll be great. But Dinosaur is iconic. There's no arguing it. It's iconic. But you could see that it's coming to the end of its run, because there were definitely things that aren't working in there, and they're just not going to bother repairing them, because why would they? Because they're going to get out. That's very true.
You can see, you go through it, you're like, oh, it's still fantastic. But I'm like, yeah, you guys have kind of given up on this now, so I get it. Let's shut its doors next year, move it on, get it gone.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Grew up with Indy, so I'm looking forward to that. But gonna miss Dr. Seeker and everyone like that.
Yeah, you're gonna miss it, and it was so well done for what it was. You know,
it was.
Yeah, it'll be sorely missed.
Good stuff. What about some of the other new offerings you had in MK? Did you see the new Country Bears?
We did.
Loved that.
Loved the new Country Bears.
Good.
Loved it. Really loved it. The girls have had a great time with it. We play the album on in the car now, and they love singing to it.
Oh, awesome. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah. It was quite funny. I was talking to Ellie's sister yesterday. She was like, oh, last time I went, there was these weird bears that walk around like face cam. They freaked me out. I was like, oh, you mean the Country Bears? And Riley just started singing the Country Bear Jamboree intro song.
Great.
So
excellent.
she loved it. And yeah, they had a really good time with that. I was really surprised by it. Didn't think we'd like it. Loved it.
Yeah, good. Good. I like those little surprises.
Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, they really enjoyed that, and we ended up doing it. Did we do it twice? No, I think we did it once in the end. Actually, we did do it once, but the kids loved it.
Good.
They loved it.
Awesome, and obviously Tiana's.
Yeah, had a bit of a ropey one with Tiana's. We were a bit unfortunate in the sense of a lot of things didn't work properly. I still hold reservation that if it works, I can imagine it's absolutely fantastic.
Sure.
But it's that level of disappointment of what we were expecting versus what we actually got, which, you know, I don't want to go into detail about here. So, it was a bit disappointing, but I still loved the ride. Like, the ride system was great, and the idea, the concept of the ride, I really do think works. There are tweaks I'd prefer to make, but I'm not here to do that. It was just more the disappointment of the things that weren't working that kind of it did take you out of it.
I appreciate that, and yourself and Luke mentioned it over on the Dis Load as well. It is a shame when things that you expect to be working as like some of the staples of that new attraction aren't animatronics and other projections and so on and so forth. So it is a bit disappointing when you don't get it, especially when it's replaced such an iconic ride with Splash, which, don't get me wrong, didn't work all the time anyway.
No, but also the animatronics in Splash were substantially older, substantially more linear in their movements. So, we can forgive a bit of breaking of something that's like 40 odd years old. When it's brand new and it's not doing it, whatever reason that is, that's fine. Just fix it. It's got to be fixed, because this is meant to be like, one of the MK's like flagships at the moment. It's meant to be a big hitting attraction, isn't it? Maybe an e-ticket technically. Sure. If you're paying to go in there and know that it works, no one's going to ride it. You're like, what's the point? You're not getting the full effect. Very true. So and if they can't fix it for any reason, it's like the Yeti. The Yeti's stuck in B mode forever. It will never be fixed, and it can't move on. Yep. If it can't do that, you tell people, let them know that that's what it is, and then they have to accept that. But it was. I still love the idea of the ride. I don't want to sit there and say, "Oh, it was terrible, I hated it," because it wasn't. I was just like, okay, I can see what this is meant to be. I'm going to appreciate it for that. I think it's great for that. I've had a bit of a bad run. That's it.
Yeah, good. It'll get better, hopefully, over time when they work out all the kinks for that sort of technology and that sort of attraction, because it is an overlay and it's got to fit into probably a bit more of a older foundation. So you're probably going to get days like this, but hopefully the majority of the days people are going to experience it the way it should be experienced, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good, and it didn't take away from MK, which is the main thing.
No, it didn't. We got to do things like Tron and Space Mountain. Kids got to see the parades and do all the things, all the MK stuff. And Mickey's Not So Scary. So
yes,
they had all those things, and that's why MK took it for us this year.
Definitely. How was the Halloween event? Not so scary. How was it? So
the Halloween event was probably the second busiest day I had at MK.
Right.
The whole time. I would say they've definitely increased sale numbers of tickets per event.
Okay.
But we got unlucky with the weather. The weather was not on our side. We missed. Actually, no, that's not true. That's exaggerating it a little bit. The weather was bad to start with. It was ropey. It cancelled the first parade, and then they were like, actually, we're going to run the parade. It's going to be a shortened parade. Something full thing because of the weather. So my kids didn't get to see that parade. They didn't get to see Boo-Choo this year, because by the time the second one had run, they had fallen asleep. However, they did get to see the fireworks. The fireworks did run. They got to see them. They got to see Jack. We got a really good view, actually, of Jack coming onto the puppet, the puppet of Jack on the stage.
Yeah, cool.
We did, because of the wind, the fireworks did smoke out, so you lost a bit of the projection magic. But
right, sure.
That's weather. You can't control that. So
very true.
There's sitting here and saying, "Oh, we didn't see anything." It's weather. You can't. No one can control the weather. Yeah. So we still had a really good time. Got to see the fireworks. We saw most of the projection as best we could, and the kids really enjoyed that. And they still sing. Riley still sings "Trick or Treat, Trick or Treat." She starts singing it. So
great.
It means that she had a good time seeing it. They missed the parade, unfortunately, but me and Ellie got to see the parade in the evening. So we had a really good time. Still got buckets of sweets, so we still got to get through. It's all Snickers that I won't eat. But yeah, from the Halloween point of view, it was busy. It was definitely busy. The treat trails were constant queues because they've added characters this year. So you've got like roaming characters, which we got to see, and that was really cool. So it was worth it for that. So you weren't queuing up going like, "Oh, I've got nothing to do," or "I'm just waiting for no reason." You did get something at the end of it, so it was worth the wait. And they were very generous with the sweet give out. So all in all, apart from the weather, which is no one's fault, we had a great time. We loved it. Got some really great photos of Riley with the castle in the background. It was really wonderful. Yeah, we had a really good time.
Good stuff. That's the main thing. It was worth the payment.
It was. I don't think we're going to do it anytime soon again.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't changed enough now for us to sit there and say, yes, we're going to cash out to go.
Sure,
again.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But the kids had a really good time. We loved it as a family, so it was still worth paying for when we went.
Yeah, good.
I didn't walk out there going, it was not worth it. I walked out and went, it was worth it. We had a great time. We still got to see the parade. We still got to see the fireworks. So as long as I got those two, at least, then the money's worth it.
Yeah, it's sort of like the staple attractions to that event, really, isn't it? Yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
Good stuff. What are the characters like? Were they obviously they're themed around Halloween? Plenty of villains on show, I guess.
The lines for the characters, we did not entertain it. They were so busy.
I can imagine. Yeah.
I think Jack and Sally was 3.5 hours most of the night.
Wow, really?
Yeah, like I really wanted to meet Stitch in his Elvis outfit, but I kid you not, that thing was an hour and a half at all points throughout the night, through the parade, through the fireworks. It was just constant. I was like, I'm spending all this money. I can't sit here for an hour and a half with my kids.
Yeah.
They just I can't do it. So that was not upsetting, wrong word, disappointing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we did other things that we loved even more. So I wasn't walking away going like, oh, he's ruined it. I didn't get to see him. Yeah. I got to see him. I just didn't get to meet him. But would you, if you're spending that money, would you wait an hour and a half for a character? I don't think I would.
No. I mean, children aside, I wouldn't. I don't think if it was just an adult trip, I wouldn't spend that limited time on queues for characters. No.
And that's it. That's the key. It's a limited time. And for us, we were like, okay, well, the kids want to get sweets. So we want to get as much of that, and do all those things as we can. To sit there and waste an hour and a half of it queuing for a character meet and greet, just didn't sing it for us, so we didn't do it.
Yeah.
So we just did all the other bits and got some good photos with the kids, and had a really nice time.
Good stuff. I'm glad it was memorable, even with like weather and having to change. Exactly like you said earlier, really, of having a plan and wanting to do certain things, but actually situations change and having better experiences because you deviated away from it and experienced something new with the kids. So that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So they had a good time. I mean, it was busy, and we ended up paying for a minivan to get home that night because it was just like the kids were exhausted. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Sometimes you just got to do it.
Yeah, and it was worth it, to be fair. We were back in the resort in like 20 minutes. So I was like, okay, for an event like this, you're good. I'll pay for it. Wouldn't pay usually because it was still $60. It was a lot of money.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
But it was in the sense of just to get us back quick, worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. I can hear every other Disney parent nodding.
Yeah. If it was like any other normal night, I wouldn't have bothered. It was like 1 a.m, kids were asleep. I didn't want to take it on the bus. Like carrying it logistically would have been absolute carnage.
Yeah, true.
Stick it all in the back of the minivan, deal with it then.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you there. I would have done the same.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Right, let's talk about the nourishment side of things.
Yeah.
Let's go for an award, which is your favourite meal of this trip.
It's really hard. It's hard to pick because we did the quick service dining plan, so we didn't do any like big sit down meals. We just did quick service stuff.
Yeah.
I think my favorite. I'm going to give my favorite meal. So I'm going to double this. I'm going to do two things because that's how we work it. I'm going to give it to Wailulu for on-site.
Yes.
Wailulu Bar and Grill was really, really good. And now that is a table service, but we paid for that of our own thing. I think that takes it for us. We did do Ohana. I'll be blunt. I was a bit disappointed with Ohana. Felt incredibly rushed.
Oh, okay.
Incredibly rushed. Like, service was great. Like, don't get me wrong, the service was great, but the characters were very quick. I don't feel like my kids got the value for money with that. It was a very quick, high photo gone. That was it. It felt very rushed. Still lovely. Like, we had a really wonderful time. No complaints on it, but I'm being critical because of how much I'd spent on it. But we did eat at Wailulu, and I loved eating at Wailulu. The food was really, really nice. Loved the food. We got one of the water booths, the booth with the water in it behind us.
Yeah, nice. Lovely
view of Seven Seas Lagoon and MK in the back. Yeah, it was really nice. So I'd say, and it was a new experience. It was good to get a new experience as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, food was
Again,
excellent.
another element that we've gone through with these awards is that consistency of the new offerings
Yes.
are actually some of the best bits of your trip, which is really interesting.
Yeah. It was really good. I was really I was like not. I was expecting. I've heard good things, but I wasn't expecting it to be like really really good. And then I ate the food,
Mm.
so I got the burger, and it was really good. It was
Good.
excellent food.
So can anyone go into Wailili?
Yeah. It's just a walk up
Perfect.
booking, so you have to
Good.
walk up and then you reserve a table. Then it's not like you can't book like other table service restaurants. So like for example, Be Our Guest, now you don't book it for 6 days in advance. That one's just table service on the day, and there's a
Good.
wait list time frame. I think we waited 20 minutes, wasn't very long. And they
That's
sat
not
us,
bad.
yeah. And I asked for the booth seat. I was like, no, I don't want to eat here unless I'm not. I want to sit there. And
Yeah.
they were very accommodating. That service was really really good. So I couldn't complain about that.
Great stuff.
Yeah, it was really good. And actually, it sounds really naff, but I'm gonna go with it. I think it was our second day. Yeah, it was a day we did Blizzard Beach. So it was like our first full day. The kids were just like exhausted,
Yeah.
tired, jet lag. It all caught up to us. We got to like 4 o'clock and we were like, right, kids are hungry. They need to eat. We haven't got anything booked. Where are we going? And I said to her, I was like, oh, I'll tell you what, why don't we just go and get like something quick, in the sense of just get in the car. Maybe it is a McDonald's, so I would just sort of find something.
Yeah.
And end up pulling into there's a Chili's just on the outskirts or just off of downtown Disney, like 2 minutes off from downtown Disney entrance.
Yes. Yeah.
And I kid you not, for bang for buck and time, that one won. So we paid
Really?
I think we paid $100 for all our food, took half
Yeah.
of it back with us to the resort because there was so much food.
Nice.
And
Good.
we were in and out in 30 minutes.
Oh wow. Yeah.
When
No,
you've
that's
got
efficient.
kids that are like really tetchy, just need to eat and go,
That's what you need.
perfect.
Nice.
Like, it was
Good.
perfect. So I was blown away by like, actually, yeah, all right, it's not like stellar food. It's not like, oh, it's the most gourmet food in the world. It's very much your American chain food fare. But
Yeah.
it was really, really good. Service was really incredible, really efficient. You were in and out fast. And that was like, it was just so perfect for what we needed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah,
it just
yeah.
worked out. So we were really we're really up there for that, and it was just great.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. No, again, family sort of environment. That's exactly what you need, especially on day one when jet lag's hit and everyone's a little bit hangry.
Yeah, and that's where we were. That's where we
Yeah.
just eat quick. Yeah, and I was like, okay, we'll just go drive through if we have to. But I saw it, was like, oh, we'll risk it. We'll give it a try, see what it's like. And yeah, 30 minutes in and out, done.
Is this the place that's on like the old crossroads? Up
That's the one.
Yeah, Hotel
Yeah.
Plaza Boulevard.
Yeah, that's it. So you go down the crossroad, and it's just you got to like kind of go over the other side of the lanes, and it's just in the building. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it was really good. I'd recommend it. I don't know if you've seen, they do those viral mozzarella squares that like stretch ridiculously long.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are worth it. They are worth it, and they do it. They do stretch for like miles on end.
See, that's definitely up my boat. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
definitely do it.
I'll
I'd
have a bit of
recommend
that.
it. It was really good. Really
stuff.
good.
We were the same actually, thinking about like not thinking the most glamorous of meals, but like, and Rainforest Cafe has its good days and its bad days, and a
Yeah.
lot of people experience the bad days unfortunately with it. But I remember in 24, like, and Loz and I, when we sat down reviewing our 24 trip, we said that Rainforest Cafe meal that we had on our final night, again, it was just like, it was the Rainforest Cafe when you walk into AK, so it was just, we thought, okay, there's not going to be that many people there at this time of night, let's quickly go and get something before we then go and enjoy AK. It was the best meal, and all it was just a burger, fries, but it was just fab. Service was great, food was excellent. Sometimes it just surprises you like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, and like you say, every Rainforest Cafe very much is a hit and miss. When
Yeah.
it hits, you have a great time.
Yeah.
And it was that, and we were just like, all we need is quick food, efficient, enough to fill us, not costing the earth, and it ticked every box perfectly. I was like, actually, excellent. Get on.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
good.
Good answer, that. Good answer. It's not all about the things you see on Insta. It's not all about the latest to hit the dishes, is it?
No, I'd recommend it. If you need quick food, Chili's was up there. Definitely up there.
Good recommendation.
Yeah.
Nice. I've never been, so I wouldn't mind checking one out, to be fair.
I'd recommend it. Yeah, I think I ordered a lot of food. I always do. I always order
Yeah.
too much food.
You're on holiday.
Yeah, but I think it was like $100 for all four of us to eat. The kids were like, and I would say $50 of that was my own doing. So, you know, again, bang for buck, really no more than what I'd have paid in a Disney restaurant.
Yeah.
Like in a quick service restaurant, it wouldn't have been a fact. The table service would have cost more money.
Well, this is it. How many table services on site can you get, which is under $100 for a family of 4 these days?
Yeah, and that was under $100 with tip. So there was 20% tip on top of that as well. So, you know, I was really impressed with it. I'd definitely recommend it. I know this is a Disney podcast, but you know, it was definitely a winner for us.
Hey, it's all about it. It's like, you know, on the cornerstone of the bubble there, isn't it? So we'll count it.
It was literally like 2 seconds out. Like you go out, you hang 2 lefts, and then you're there.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, you took a car, not to deviate away from the food, but how was driving out there?
First time driving out there as well, and I loved it. Oh, it was so easy. I love it. I know a lot of people are now of the opinion you don't need a hire car out there, and I get it, I do. But now I've had one, I don't think and driving it myself, I don't think I could not have one. We did a lot of the evening stuff in the parks, and we just drove to the park. So when we went to Epcot, we drove. AK went for an evening, we drove. Hollywood Studios, we drove, because if the kids were asleep, we were in there, like Hollywood Studios and Epcot especially. You know, we might be in the park till 9, 10, 11 o'clock. Kids are asleep in the pram. I don't want to have to shove them on the bus.
Very true.
We were lucky with Epcot in the second week when we were staying on Holly that we could just jump on the monorail, so didn't have to disturb them. But the first week when we did it, we just took the car in, and it was bliss. Oh, it was bliss. You take them back to the car. Yeah, all right, you got to sit in a bit of traffic, but I'm fine with that. It was so easy. I'd hire a car every time, without fail.
Yeah.
Loved it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah.
Loved it.
Something about driving abroad.
It was great. It was so easy. It's so much easier than driving here.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Yeah. Like, automatic cars and straight roads.
Literally. Oh, look, can I go right on red? No. Okay, well, I stay till I can go. Can I go right on red on this one? Yes, I can. Excellent. I'll go.
Great.
Yeah. The only criticism I have with American roads is their speed signs are far too small and not obvious enough. That's the only. Apart from that, no notes. Wish our roads were like it.
That's pretty much my worry when I'm out there, when I'm driving. It's kind of like, is this the limit? I'm honestly not sure. Yeah, they were very small. And then also my Google Maps was like, you're going 10 miles with the speed limit. Where did it change speed limit? That was the only. Yeah, but it was like, oh, you're a bit close on this lane. I'm like, yeah, but I've got 4 feet of lane this side and 8 foot this side, so I've got loads of space. Yeah, exactly.
It was really easy. I was very impressed, and I would do it every time.
Good. Yeah, it comes at a cost, unfortunately, Carheim, but I'm exactly like you. Whenever I go out there, we've got to get a car, even if it's just popping out to the outlets or going to a place like, you know, somewhere to eat outside of the bubble, which might save you a few bucks. We do it every time. Yeah,
I think we did it from Virgin Holidays, like the Virgin Holidays hire car. Yeah. Just because I get the Virgin Atlantic miles and stuff like that helps me get a cheaper flight. And I think it was $650 for the 2 weeks.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I didn't think that was too bad. And that included, with Virgin, when you book it for Virgin, you get everything. So you literally are pick up, drop off, no one cares about it type thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'd love it. I'd do it again every time.
And did you get that from airport and take back at airport?
Yes, so from MCO. Yeah, from MCO, drop in, drop off, yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, they were really good. Yeah, I loved it. We got a Nissan Rogue, which is essentially an X-Trail. It was... what got me is for the listeners, I drive electric cars. Well, both my cars are electric now. The concept of going to a petrol station doesn't exist to me anymore. So when I went to the gas station in America, obviously in my head I'm still stuck on Britain fuel pricing. I'm going, oh, this is like I've done like 3/4 of a tank. It's gonna be like $78. That was where I was at. I put it in 28. I was like, $28. What? No wonder the Americans don't use electric cars, because their gas is so cheap.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I did like 300 miles on $28. I was like, you just can't do that with petrol in the UK. It's not possible.
No, it sounds like a dream.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so yeah, I was very much surprised by that, and I was like, yeah, it's just better here. Driving better.
Yeah, it is. I will stand by that statement for sure. Yeah, definitely. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was great.
I know we deviated away from food a little bit there, but it was worth it. It was worth
Absolutely. It was worth it, yeah.
Let's take us back to food. Favorite snack? It doesn't necessarily need to be food as well. We can talk drink, but what was your favorite snack out there?
Oh, it's interesting. I tried a few new ones this year. Did try a few new ones that I wasn't expecting that I would like, that I actually did. I think the favorite will always be Dole Whip. It'll always be my number one.
Staple.
Always number one for me. And the kids love the Dole Whip. It was their first time having it, and they love the Dole Whip this year. So
nice, good.
Excellent. I've trained well. I think snack-wise this year, the most interesting snack I tried was the chili chocolate dipped bacon at Kona Cafe.
Oh, okay. Right. Interesting.
Yeah, so it's $4. That's all it is. And it's 2 pieces of bacon dipped in chocolate with like crushed red chilies on the top.
Nice.
And I was like, this is wrong. This is wrong. But I was like, I looked at it like, it's so wrong, I have to try it. Because for $4, if I hate it, it's $4. I'm okay with it.
It's a good gamble, yep.
Tell you what, I was pleasantly surprised at how nice it was.
Wow.
It worked really well. I was like, actually,
was it just the salt and sweet and a little bit of heat?
Yeah, so it's like dark chocolate. So it's nothing like, it's not too rich. Obviously, it's like American bacon, like, you know, streaky bacon, so it's quite salty. So those balance out well. And then you just get that nice fiery kick in the back from the chili.
Nice.
It was really good. It was really good. I was pleasantly surprised by it. You know, for the cost as well, for like a snack to be under $4 for $4 in Disney.
Yeah,
you know, I was pleasantly surprised by it actually.
Interesting. That sounds up my street. Yeah.
Oh, you'd like it. Yeah, it was really, it was good, and it was really good. I would highly recommend it. And it threw me out as one of those. I'm like, it's just so stupid for the sake of being stupid, but it wasn't. It was really good, and it was so good. I had a second one.
Yeah, on paper you look at it and you'd be like, really? But no, I can imagine it kind of works. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks wrong, but it worked. It was really good. We tried a lot of snacks this year. You know, we had to do lots of things. Just, you know, but yeah, Dole Whip will always be the number one. I think that from a most interesting point, that one wins. But the one that I think I tried and didn't like, which I thought I'd like it, but didn't, was they did that Halloween spicy chamoy mango Dole Whip as part of the offerings.
You said about that before we went. Yeah. Did it not hit?
Not really. No, it was
interesting.
Like, the mango was. I'm a pineapple Dole Whip guy, so for me to have a mango one, I wasn't overly. I asked them to do it with pineapple, and they said no, which I thought was strange.
Okay.
Normally they don't care, so I thought that was strange. But I didn't want to argue. I was like, okay, fine. And they did it, and it was okay, but it didn't like. I didn't go back going, oh, this is like incredible. You know, that mixture of hot and sweet in the sense of like that citrusy mango hit with that hot chili flavor. I thought it would have been really good. It just didn't. It didn't hit very well. I had it once, and I was like, nah, probably won't get that again. It was okay.
Right.
Didn't blow me away.
Like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, middle of the road. Like good for what it in the sense of the novelty of it, but didn't like, oh, this is the best thing I've ever eaten, hands down.
Yeah, that's a shame because it was one of the things you were looking forward to.
Yeah, it was. It was a bit. It was a little bit, but not. You know, you don't until you try these things, you don't know, do you? So I was glad I tried it.
No, true.
I was glad to say I did it, but I wasn't like, oh, I must have it again. But you know, with the snacks, you know, it's like, of course, popcorn. So much popcorn got consumed.
Always.
Riley was just obsessed. That's all she wanted to eat. That's all she wanted.
Handy with the more affordable refills as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, throw them in. Except for the popcorn bucket was not cheap.
Never is.
No, especially the Stitch one. That was not cheap. So for those that may have seen it on Instagram, I don't know if you may have seen it or not. If you have, but I bought the Halloween Mummy Stitch popcorn bucket this year, which has now become a Halloween decoration of the household.
Yeah,
so it has gained a second purpose. It's not just something that I'm going to throw away. It's gained a useful purpose.
It's an investment.
It is. So my notes on that popcorn bucket are this: aesthetics and look, 10 out of 10. Fantastic. Practicality is a popcorn bucket, -10. It is the worst. It is the most impractical because it gets in the arms and in the feet and you can't reach into it. I kid you not, I brought it home and I was like, oh, I'll display it for Halloween, you know, ready. And there was still popcorn in the arms when I got home. Obviously very stale and thrown away. I did not eat it, but I was like, where have you come from?
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Simba one at AK.
Yeah,
We got that, like the whole, it's in the pose of being held up by
yeah.
Rafiki. And as soon as we saw it, we were like, gotta buy it. But that is not a popcorn bucket.
No, it's a display statue
It is, yeah.
that has been given a purpose to hold popcorn, but it's not there for that. And this is the exact same, to the point where we end up just buying the generic bucket because
Yeah,
that
same.
was just so impractical. I
Yeah.
couldn't be bothered with it. I was like, I'm so glad I have this, and it's great for home, but I can't keep using this in the parks.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree 100%. It looks fab, though. It does look fab.
Yeah,
I
it's
saw the
great.
picture.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely
I
love
would have
that
picked
thing.
it up as well.
Yeah.
And probably said exactly the same thing afterwards. Like, how on earth am I going to eat popcorn out of this?
Yeah, you can't. You honestly can't. You get like you get the first little bit, and you're like, yeah, okay. You get to about halfway down his body, you're like, yeah, that's fine. Then you get past the arms, and you're like, this is just not working. So yeah, but good. Yeah, we had a good variety of snacks though overall. It was really hard to pick a specific favorite, but I would say Dole Whip would always be the number one.
Yeah, good.
We did try the was it the breakfast tots from Fry's Nook and MK.
Okay.
They were really good. They were really, really good.
What's on a breakfast top?
They're it's like breakfast sausage gravy, the American gravy, not
Ooh,
real
okay,
gravy,
yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
Cheese, chives, and all that. It was just like really. It wasn't. I don't even think you call it a snack, but we ate it as a snack, so I'm going to call
Yeah.
it that. But it was really good. Yeah. We split that between the four of us, and it was really, really nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. You were on the quick service dining plan. How did the dining plan pan out?
Oh wow! I actually didn't think I'd eat it all. There was actually way more. I'm a big eater, as you know. I'm a big eater. I'll eat a lot of things, and I eat loads. And normally we used to do the full table service dining plan. We haven't done it
Yeah.
for a long time. We used to do it. Did quick service this year, and I kid you not, even we got to the end of it going like, I just can't keep up
Wow, really?
with how much food we're trying to eat and trying to get through it all. So I do now, unless I'm getting the kids for free, which I know in 26 DVC members, if you buy dining plan, your kids will get it for free.
Yep.
That's when I'll still do it because there's some value to be had there. I don't think we would probably do it next time. I generally don't think I'd ever say that, but I think next time we go, we might do it next year if we go, in the sense of the dining plan because the kids are free. But if that offer wasn't there, I probably wouldn't do it because we really struggled to eat it all. I didn't think we would. Obviously, that's might show signs of my age, but we didn't. We struggled. We got through it all. Like we did get through it all. But there were definitely moments where we were like, oh, we're eating for the sake of eating now.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
We're considering it next year, mainly, like you said, because the kids eat free. But
I would do it.
I don't know.
I would definitely do it if you're getting kids eat free because it's a big saver for that. You get to eat and you'll get to eat you'll be more flexible with what you decide to eat. So you might turn around and go, oh, I've never tried that. I've got some credits. I might just use it enough to try it.
Yeah, sure.
You're not. Some people are very locked in with right. Okay, I'm spending money. I'm only eating at these places because I know they're good.
Yeah.
Whereas this year might give you that flexibility, and that did with us. So
that's a good tip.
Yeah,
a good tip.
Use it for that, and then we use the snack credits for Food and Wine Festival, and that's how we utilize those.
That always helps. Epcot and dining plans usually work out quite favourable, don't they?
Yes, that lobster roll that's on the Food and Wine menu, that was on the Food and Wine menu this year, that for a snack credit is the biggest bang for buck you would have gotten, and it was so good.
Yeah, I do love a lobster roll.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Me and Luke got to eat it when we met up with each other, and it was just it was brilliant.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good that the festivals still are on dining plan snack credits.
Yes.
There's just something about it which I always thought, if they're going to take something away, that might be the one, given that it's like speciality food. I wonder whether they'd probably reduce the offerings on dining plan, but it doesn't seem to be the case, which is good.
No, it's a really good way to eat. My top tip is if you're on dining plan, you're going during Food and Wine Festival, just use your snacks at Food and Wine Festival. Go for it, make you bang out your buck. Try a load of new food you've never tried before. Really utilize them and really enjoy them. I did waste one snack credit on the pickle milkshake, but I won't get into that.
Yeah.
It's really funny. I've got the video and I sent it to these guys offline to sort of show that I did drink it. And in that reaction, I said, "Oh, it's really not that bad." And at the time, it wasn't that bad. But then I started eating the Carolina Reaper wings. Now I will eat very hot stuff. And it doesn't bother me at all. And and I ate these and I didn't sit there and start like sweating and crying. They were, don't get me wrong, these things were ripping hot.
Yeah.
Like for the people that are a bit weaker with spice, you will suffer.
That would be me. Yep.
I sat there and I took a bite. I was like, these are hot. And I knew immediately these are really hot. And I drank the pickle milkshake afterwards and I was like, this does not help. Not because it's too hot, but because the dill flavour just does not mix with this curry flavour paste they've got and creates this horrendous like taste in the back of your mouth.
No.
And then as the more you drink the pickle milkshake without eating the wings, the more of that taste, just the dill like pickle taste takes effect, and it's just grim.
No,
I got halfway through it and I was like, nope, this thing is undrinkable. I can't do it. It's horrendous, to the point where I didn't eat pickles for the entire rest of that trip.
Oh no, I love a pickle.
So do I. And the taste in the back of my throat, I was like, every time I was like, all I could think of was that milkshake. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did it, but I wouldn't do it again. But those Carolina Reaper wings, they are not to be messed with. They were hot. My mouth was on fire for, I reckon, good 2 hours.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, it was. And again, but I'm someone who can deal with spice.
Yeah. So
I wasn't sitting there going like, oh, it's too hot. I can't. Oh, like most people would, because they were hot. Even I was just like, God, my mouth is still going. It's still going.
Oh no, I would be on the floor after a bite, let alone demolishing the plate.
I didn't finish them. I think I got you should get 4 wings. I went through 3 of them, and come the 4th, I was like, done. Tap me out.
You got no limits.
Yeah, well, this is it. I would have been like,
especially when you've only got a pickle milkshake to wash it down with.
Don't do it. If you're thinking about doing the pickle milkshake, don't do the pickle milkshake. It's my advice to anyone.
That may well be a top tip as well.
Yeah.
Right, let's move away. After that, let's definitely move away from food and drink and talk about this award, which is your favourite resort. Because as you mentioned earlier, there were a few that you experienced this time.
Yeah, there were. So we always like to do split stays. The reason we did split stays this time is because of just the points, how the points worked. So it was a year of firsts. So we stayed we'll start from the beginning. First day was Saratoga. So it was our first ever stay at Saratoga Springs as TV. And not just using our points and getting those extra nights in at Saratoga, because it's like a good point value, we would say, wouldn't we, really, for it? Yeah. Stayed in the grandstand. We got in what I would call the boonies of the grandstand. So we were at the furthest point in the grandstand.
Wow, really?
Yeah. But as a resort, loved it.
Yeah.
Loved the resort. It was great. Yeah, there is a lot of walking. I will give it that. But we didn't understand that actually you could drive around the resort. So if you're like, for example, when we wanted to go to the paddocks pool, we thought we had to walk all the way to the paddocks pool. We didn't think, we could just hop in our car and park by the paddocks pool.
Oh yeah, you could.
I hadn't thought of that, so we were like, we got to walk over there. And then we kind of like realized, well, why don't we just drive over there? Which which we ended up doing because it was so far. Because the paddocks pool was the best pool, I would say.
Yeah, it is.
I'd say it's the best pool there. What made Saratoga so great for us, though, was the staff. The staff at Saratoga were the best we had the entire trip for hotel staff. No questions asked. I remember it's Lisa and Charlotte were the 2 cast members on our first night. We were at Arts Palette getting food. They came over and asked how we were doing, checking we were all okay. And I said, kids are just very tired. We've just landed. It's our first night. It's our first ever stay here. And we got talking to them, and they were really, really nice. And then all of us, they said, we'll be back in a second. We're just going to go check on some things, and we'll come back and we'll have a Karen talking. I was like, sure, no problem. Thinking, they're just being friendly. They came back with a cupcake for Lexi and Riley each. And they had like little like cupcakes. So like, because they were being they were being very well behaved, being super good. They're like, it's just as a welcome home, welcome here for your first day. We really hope you enjoy it. Here's a little cupcake as a celebration for your first day here.
Yeah.
And they were really, really great. And then they my kids were, Riley, she's very good with her please and thank you. She was like, oh, thank you very much. Very nice. And we were talking to them for a bit longer. And then just as we were about to leave, Lisa, she came over and said, oh, just to let you know, Mickey's, I've had a word with Mickey and we're getting something brought to your room for you as a welcome. I was like, what? Okay, that's very, very, thank you so much. Very kind of you. And then about an hour later, we got a knock on the door from someone and they gave me this little bag, like a little Saratoga gift bag. And in there were just 2 packs of this like sweets, like the Mickey candies, like the sour gummy worms and something else. And it came with this really lovely note from both of them saying like, we really hope you have this wonderful stay. Thank you for staying and staying here with us. If you need anything, come talk to us and we'll see you in the restaurant before you go.
Oh, awesome.
And it was just, and I was like, I've never had that touch before.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of touch I expect from your Grand Floridians, your contemporaries and things like that. And to get it at Saratoga, I was like, wow, the staff here really do go out. And for the whole week we were there, every time we spoke to a cast member, everything was just amazing. Fantastic. So the staff at Saratoga, no fault. Absolutely fantastic,
Awesome.
We did because it was welcome home weeks for DVC members.
Yeah.
We were there. Now, technically, I shouldn't get any of those because it's a pre-owned contract. So technically, I'm not eligible for them. However, the staff at Saratoga did not flinch at that, and they let us experience all the welcome home week stuff.
Oh, good. That's the way it should be.
I agree. So when they did the sweet shop, they did like the sweet stops. They get up like every day, or like every certain days of the week, they're doing like free Mickey and Premium ice cream bars and stuff like that. And they just scan my magic band. Now my profile tells them what type of member I am from scanning that, and they still let us in. They let the kids get free ice cream and a free Mickey bar and sit down in the area they built in the DVC building for that.
Oh, good.
And they let us have that. And I was just like, the staff here have been brilliant. Like every staff member I've spoken to has been absolutely phenomenal.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
As you know, and listeners of Devonshire Dis will know, and obviously Disload, how much I harken on about Saratoga. It is my family's happy place, and one of the reasons why it's my family's happy place is because of that sort of family feel that you get when you're staying in that place. So I'm glad you're experiencing it with the sort of pixie dust that you were getting from the cast members. That's amazing. Yeah,
we did. We got really well looked after in that resort, and it was the biggest thing we took away from it. Going like, it was like at least that family feel was really there, and it was brilliant, And all right, a free Mickey and Premium bar it doesn't cost them anything really in the grand scheme of it, but what it means to me as a DVC member to show that actually, I might not be a direct member, but you're still treating me like as if I am one, and being that accommodating to me and to my kids, to have that little memory with my kids, and it was lovely.
Yeah.
And then you got the two lovely cast members of the evening getting the stuff delivered to our room. It just, every time we interacted with anyone or asked a question, the staff were phenomenal. They really made that resort for us.
Good stuff. Oh, that's a great story.
Yeah, it was great. And we chose the grandstand under your recommendation for the bus loop. And that was key. I think if we didn't have be the first on and first off of the bus, I might have been a bit more critical with some of the resort areas, because we got on the bus a couple of times and people in the last stops before it leaves, there was no space because it was full. Yeah, and that would have wound me up a little bit, but we didn't because we had the grandstand, so I didn't have that opinion, and I'd probably only stay grandstand if I stay there for that reason. It's
the Springs. Like the Springs is a preferred area. And I get it because it's the closest to the amenities, it's close to the main pool, arts palette, lobby, so on and so forth. But you try and get a bus down there, it's the last stop before heading out of the resort to go to the parks. It's always hit or miss. It's always a 50-50 gamble whether that bus is going to be busy or not. And when you've got somewhere like the grandstand, yes, you're a little bit further away from the amenities, but especially with kids, if you're the first one on, the first one to jump off, it's worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, and I've got to give I gave a cast member, there was one cast member, not from Saratoga, but one of the bus drivers, and he was absolutely hilarious. There was one night we were coming back from, I think we were coming back from, it was Epcot. Come back from Epcot late night. And he was just the energy he was giving out was the energy you needed on a late night bus with miserable, tired kids. He was just this happy, friendly man, and he made it really fun. And he was like, "Guys, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna play a game. Every time I turn the lights on, you've got to pretend you're your kids and go Aah! When the lights go on." And everyone got involved in it, and he just shifted the mood of this bus to tired, overstimulated, miserable, like want to get back to my hotel room people, to laughing, joking, everyone having a good time on this bus. And his service was incredible. And he could see that we were struggling at one point. We had the double pram, we had the two kids who were asleep, and he was like, "Sir, you take the kids out there, I'll bring all this out for you." He brought the pram out, he did everything. Wow. He was incredible. And I immediately gave him like cast compliment because he was just so good.
Yeah,
I gave so many cast compliments out this year, way more than I've ever done before.
The saying is cast members of the magic, and when you're getting service like that, it is absolutely true.
Oh, it's so true. And he just made it, because I was we're all tired. You're all tired. You've been there all day. You're tired. You're grouchy. You're hot. Everyone's in a bit of a tetchy mood. It's just the way it is, you know.
Yeah.
And to have someone be able to turn an entire bus's mood into a happy, joyous one, that's talent. That man is that is talent.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did. He was absolutely hilarious.
That's not just having a skill of driving a bus, is it? That's the people touch. That is the people touch.
He was brilliant. But it was the fact it was because we were at the grandstand that made me think of that, you know, and that was when it happened. We were on he was like, and as we walked off, he was like, "Aren't you so lucky to be the first one off this bus? Imagine if you had to go all the way around the resort now and like this." You know? And he was just brilliant. And yeah, I think if we stay at Saratoga again, it's grandstand. Always will be grandstand. But grandstand preferred to quite near to the little pool area and stuff.
Yes, good pool.
Yeah, it's a great pool. Great pool. It's more the fact that if you're in that preferred the building by the pool, you're not too far away from their artist palette and stuff. So
true.
You just cut the car park out. That's the only thing you do. You just cut that car park out.
Yeah, good.
But
good.
Yeah, love the rooms are excellent. Rooms are great.
Yes,
I love the rooms. I'm a big fan of the rooms. Yeah, it was a lovely resort. Yeah,
good.
And for what you're paying, and what you're paying per point for it, like in resale and also just to spend per night. It's a bargain.
It is, for that level, because it is deluxe.
It is deluxe room. Yeah,
it's certainly worth it. Certainly worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Good. Oh, it started off with a bang then with Saratoga. I'm glad that was a hit, since we banged on about it for all these months.
Well,
you get there and you were like, what are they talking about?
Well, that's why we did it. That's why we did it. We did it under your recommendation, and I was like,
good.
Oh, is it going to be as good? You know, is it? I'm sort of used to Epcot areas and things. I'm not sure about this. And as soon as that happened with the staff, I was like, yeah, Adam was so right.
Good. Excellent. Phew. Awesome. Whereabouts did you head next?
After that, we did our full proper welcome home stay, which was at the Island Tower at Disney's Polynesia Resort. That was
amazing.
Our first. Yeah, that was our second resort stop of the trip. And I'm sorry. Now this is where I'll sit there and say it casts shade on Saratoga, unfortunately for me.
Wow, that's awesome.
It was. Yes, I agree with the critiques of how the building looks on the outside. I do agree with that. I am at the point now. I got by the end of the 2 weeks at the point where the sightline didn't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
But the inside of that resort is exceptional. It
does look beautiful.
It's
from
wonderful.
From an outsider looking in on the internet, it looks beautiful. I can only imagine what it looks like in person.
It's incredible. Pitch again. The photos and the videos don't do a lot of it. It does it justice, but it really stands up more when you get in that.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Yeah. So our first 6 nights were in a deluxe studio with a car park view, so standard view. But we got really lucky. So where we were on the third floor. On the third floor, you've got one with a viewing decks for the fireworks. You've got the fireworks viewing decks there. Now it's not the main one. The main one's up on the 5th floor. This third floor one is like more of a secluded outside space, but you can see the fireworks from it if it's sat at the right point. And we would, where our room was, you'd walk out of our room, you take 2 steps to the right, and the entrance to that was right there.
Oh, nice. It's
So,
like, just an extended balcony for you.
Exactly, that is exactly what happened. And so we had the monorail coming past our window in the morning on the other view.
Cool.
So that was really cool.
So cool.
Yeah, that was really awesome. The room itself, it's a smaller deluxe studio, so it's not huge. You'll still sleep 4 in there comfortably. But what I did like is the kitchenette with a dishwasher.
With a dishwasher?
It's got a dishwasher. They've got every deluxe studio or every room in there has a dishwasher.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and it was. I was like, oh, dishwasher, no big deal. Used it nearly every time.
Just kept using it. Yeah,
and it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kitchen area is really good. You've got a table, like an actual a table sitting area.
Yeah.
Like with actual seats and a bench, like bench and table, so you can actually sit and have a meal type thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was, and we were really impressed with the room. The bathroom, stunning. Loved it.
The pics look good for the bathroom. To be fair.
Really, really good. So the Island Tower, I say, is probably it is my favourite resort I've stayed in. I've stayed in the Old Poly, and I love Old Poly, but the Island Tower has beaten it for me. I love the Island Tower so much.
That's great to hear, especially you've invested in it as an owner.
Yeah,
I'm glad
love
it really did.
I'm going to struggle to stay anywhere else now.
Wow, cool.
I really am. I love that resort so much, and for other reasons that happened on this trip, it has become the most magical resort for me, hands down.
Yeah, definitely,
hands down. It was so good. Staying there, waking up every morning, and being in the Poly area on Seven Seas Lagoon is fantastic. Anyway, having the access to go and sit, because there are a couple mornings where I got up early. It's not boardwalk. You don't have to walk a mile to get a drink on your refill station. That's key. For avid listeners, you know how much that winds me up. So I could go down to the refill station, get a refill drink in the morning, and I did a couple. I just go and sit in the viewing area in the morning and just watch the boats go by for 20 minutes.
Nice, yeah.
Just while the kids were just chilling out and give me a time to sort of clear my head. It was wonderful. I loved it. Loved it so much.
What a way to start a Disney day that is.
What a fantastic. It's so magical. I mean, my only recommendation you had was 1 year, use your points to stay there if you can.
It's going to have to happen.
If we
can sneak in, we'll definitely try it out. Yeah. It looks like my kind of resort. It does.
And what made it really special, we watching the fireworks a couple of nights from the viewing balconies. So my top tip to listeners is don't bother with deck 5. Don't go to floor 5 and watch the fireworks viewing from there. But the only good thing with these decks is only people staying in the tower can access them. So if you're staying in the regular Polynesian, you cannot get into these. You only get in if you're staying in the tower.
I like that. I like that as a perk exclusive to guests. Yeah.
So the 5th floor viewing deck was a bit busier, never too busy. The 3rd floor one night we had people there. The other 3 nights that we sat in there and watched something, we were the only ones in there.
Wow.
Just us.
Literally is
a private balcony to watch the shows, to watch the fireworks.
That's incredible.
It was. We were the only ones in there. We watched it twice, 3 times, no one else in there.
That's the only way I'd watch fireworks, I think, if I had experienced that.
Do you know what? I watched it. We watched Happily Ever After twice, and the Not So Scary Halloween fireworks one night. They pumped music in for that as well.
Oh, nice.
So even pumped
That's good.
The Halloween music got pumped in too. So we watched them from the balcony twice.
Yeah.
And then on our last night, our fireworks before we left, we watched Happily Ever After in MK.
Nice.
In the crowd. And the first thing I said to Ellie was like, don't you just wish we were back on our own private viewing platform instead of being like sardines here?
It does feel like a bit of a premium though to have your own space and be able to still experience it and have the music full blown as well.
Yeah, it was really nice. And for anyone who's staying at the Poly, if you're not staying in the Island Tower, walk over to the Island Tower to watch the fireworks, because there is no one there. Like the beach was still the main beach was still rammed with people, like it always is to watch. If you go to the Island Tower area, there's no one there,
and it's still unobstructed.
You can still watch it. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's good. It's a good tip.
Yeah. So I would recommend doing that. But the island, it's so good to watch it there.
So the award goes to the Island Tower.
Yeah, I think the award goes to the Island Tower. Yeah, I think it takes it this year. Absolutely.
That's fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, it was a special one. And then they obviously, we I made it extra special one night for me and my partner when I decided to ask her to marry me in the area while the fireworks were on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a magic moment right there.
It was, yeah. It was, and it was one of those nights where it was just us, just the four of us, me, her, and the kids. Fireworks like there, bang. Made it really solidified the resort as like our resort and our home resort and making it a very special place for us.
Was it always the plan to propose in the Island Tower?
It was, yeah. The plan originally was to do it on the later in the trip, but this was just like, because the room was right two doors away from where we were, there was no one else there. I was like, this is the perfect time for the four of us as a group, as a family, to go to have this experience and have this basically private view. Now's the time to do it.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Did she have any clue that this was going to happen?
She's always said that if I was ever going to do it, it was going to be at Disney, but she had no idea that I would do it this trip.
Oh, good. Good. So it was a full surprise.
Yes, yeah, it was.
And what about the girls? How did they take it? Obviously, Riley
was very excited. She was really excited. Yeah, she was like,
good.
Mummy and Daddy are getting married and all this sort of stuff. You know, Lexi obviously just like,
so sweet.
Because she's like, she can't talk, so she's just like, what's going on? But
why is everyone else excited?
Yeah, but Riley got really excited. You know, really.
Oh, bless her.
It was really good. It was a really special moment, and it made the Island Tower really special for us.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think that takes the pick for the award. As much as I love my Saratoga, I'll allow that.
Yeah, it was the. So then, what we ended up doing, we did 6 nights in a deluxe studio. Then we did 1 night in a 1-bedroom theme park view.
Yes, yeah,
we did.
Awesome.
Now the 1-bed villas at the Island Tower are unbelievable. Like the studio is a knockout. The 1-bed. We walked in and me and Ellie were like, we need more points. Just need more points.
That's what they do to you, see?
Yeah, I know. So after we got engaged, I went, and when we checked in, I went down to the staff and I said, look, and explained it all to us. I was like, look, I've just proposed, we've just got engaged, I've booked this room as an occasional thing for this, you know, theme park view. Is there any way you can put me in like the best theme park view 1-beds you've got view wise?
Yeah.
What have you got? And again, cast members this year were so incredible. She was like, yeah, give me 10 minutes and I'll come find you. So I sat in the lobby for 10 minutes. She came back. She said, I've got you on floor 5, right next to the view, like the room by the viewing platform.
Oh, nice. You know it's going to be a good view.
So you're on the same floor on a 1-bed with that. The view out of that balcony was incredible.
Yeah.
Like I laid in the bed. So I was laying in the bed of the main bedroom, and I could see Magic Kingdom in clear light. Every part of like Tron, the castle, main streets, like, you know, the entrance into the park, the boat point. I could see all of that from my bed. So laying in my bed and just watching that go over was incredible. I was sat there going like, this is life. What I would do to have 2 weeks staying here would be unbelievable.
Yeah. We were talking about Disney adverts with Mickey and Minnie holding your hand, but that's too is a Disney advert as far as marketing is concerned, of laying in a bed and being able to see it straight from there.
And like me and Ellie that night, we sat on the balcony and watched Happily Ever After again, funnily enough. And we also watched the the electrical pageant parade.
Oh yeah,
go across the water, and Ellie hadn't seen it and forgotten about it, and we were just sat there and we had this view of all of it just going around, of the whole 7 Seas going up through Contemporary, watching it all go around, and we were just sat there going like, this is like, you cannot beat this view. Like you, for money, value for money of what we paid for points on that, I'm like, this is worth it.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it was so worth it. And the 1-beds are huge. They're
massive. Yeah,
they're massive. So
interesting.
You've got 2 full bathrooms in it.
Okay, good.
So you've got like obviously got washroom facilities. You've got a full like dining table chair area that sits like 7 or 8 people on it. You've got a double fold down sofa like Murphy bed, and then you've got the single one in there. So you can sleep 5 in there comfortably.
Good.
In there.
Good.
You can probably get a couple of cots and small stuff in there if you needed to.
Nice.
The main bathroom in the master bedroom. Wow. Just wow.
Really?
The bath itself is massive. The artwork in there is incredible.
The artwork looks phenomenal.
The artwork is wicked. That manta ray. Why, Disney, are you not selling it?
They need to. Yeah.
Please sell it. It was just so good. And yeah, the resort really took it for me this year.
It sounds fab. Yeah, it does sound fab.
Yeah.
I'm so glad because, welcome home stay, first day there, you've invested in the place like we mentioned. Now, obviously, it's a even more special memory for you. The fact that it hits as a resort as much as it does, that's awesome to hear.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, it was fantastic. I can't.
Great stuff.
Words can't describe how much I love it.
Yeah. Well, that's worthy of the award. Yeah. Yeah, I'll let you have that one.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
This conversation has been full of new experiences and first, as you mentioned, but this award is for the favourite new experience. Was there something experienced for this first trip that really was cream of the crop as far as new experiences are concerned?
It's really hard to pick because we had so many brand new experiences and they were all so wonderful. It's really hard to pick one as like the absolute favorite. So I'm gonna go with one which is my absolute favorite new experience, and then one that we as a family did do. It wasn't necessarily our favorite experience, but we were surprised by how much we enjoyed it.
Oh, okay.
So I'll start with I think the absolute favorite for us as a new experience was the shows this year, the new shows. And taking all the shows together, and experiencing those things. I think we were really impressed with all of that this year. We loved it. The kids had a great time with them. We made some really good memories watching those shows. So we were really, really impressed with that as new experiences. So the Little Mermaid show, kids loved that. The Village show, kids love that. Taking the kids to see things like Fantasmic, they're all new shows to them and new experiences. So from the kids' perspective, that was the winner. Hands down. I think the one that we did we did it on a fluke and we were surprised by it was Trader Sam's.
Oh wow, really?
We were in there. Ellie got us like a last minute reservation. We were chilling in the resort one day and we were like, kids can go in there up until like 8 o'clock. I think it's like family very up until 8 o'clock. So I will go in there and I've just have a drink and sit down for a half hour or whatever and just chill out. And the half hour we were in there was hilarious. We had a great time. The kids loved what was going on. The volcanoes going off. Peaky God coming to life. The staff doing what they were doing. Staff being silly. The kids were like giggling and laughing. And we were the only family in there. And all the people that were around us were like vibing off of the energy of the kids laughing. So everyone ended up having like much more involved. It was really nice. There's a couple of couples that were like, looking at the kids and like smiling at them and seeing that they were having a good time. And it was really funny. Like we just were like, oh, we'll go in there and experience it, and we were blown away by how much we liked the experience, but also how much the kids kind of enjoyed it. So there's one of the drinks is called I can't remember the name of it now. It's like based on the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, 20,000 Leagues. And the souvenir cup is like the Nautilus ship.
Yes, I've seen it.
What the staff do is and they'll be like, everyone's going underwater, so the whole thing goes blue. Bubbles start going up in the air in the room, and that it looks like you're sinking with a submarine. And then one of the staff will come out with a rubber ring on, a sailor's hat on, and they'll start spraying water at people. And things like that, and they start spraying water around, and it was absolutely hilarious. Really silly stuff, but the kids, like Riley, found it really funny. She thought it was really funny, and I can't remember the name of the drink, so I apologize. But we one of the ones that we ordered, we got the cup for it downstairs, and as part of it, it's like the story is that 2 hippos have escaped. So things start rumbling around, and then all of a sudden you hear is that this drink includes it's like 2 shots of rum, and you hear 2 trank guns go like doof, doof. And then the whole thing kind of just goes silent as if like these hippos have been tranked. And for some reason, Riley just found that really hilarious. And it happened like 4 or 5 times as she would just go like biff, diff with them. It was really funny. So I think if you've got kids that are good in like, because it's a loud environment, so it's noisy.
I
And
can
also
imagine.
it gets quite like, when the volcanoes erupt, things like that, and it gets quite loud. So if your kids are quite good in those areas and you've got time, take them. Because I think
Yeah.
you'll be pleasantly surprised. You get a nice cocktail and you can have just a bit of a chill and enjoy the atmosphere of it. But your kids get to experience something that would definitely not have been something you'd think to take them to do on a Disney trip.
Yeah. That was definitely out of left field. I wasn't expecting you to say that.
Yeah,
but
it was really fun. Really, really fun. I really enjoyed
good.
it. Yeah, we
I love
really
a
had a
theme
good time
bar.
with that.
Love
It
a
was.
theme bar.
I love a tiki bar. That was great.
Yeah.
I loved
Yeah.
it. I can't wait. Next time we go, I'm like, we're going back to Trader Sam's.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Wasn't expecting that answer. That's awesome. That is awesome. Right, we're on to the last award. Last award of the evening. And this one's a biggie. Like we said, it was a trip of new experiences. It was a trip of magic moments as well. But I'm hoping you've got one magic moment that really stands out when you think back of 2025 Walt Disney World, your first trip as a family of 4, your welcome home stay, the proposal trip. What was the magic moment that you'll look back and say that was the moment?
I think for me, the biggest one will be the proposal itself.
That makes sense.
Proposing to my partner,
Yeah.
on our welcome home stay, in our home resort, on a private viewing essentially of fireworks, I will never forget that moment. And remember
Sounds
the words
pretty magic.
remember the words that came out of her mouth were, "Are you joking?" Because I've always been adamant that I would not get married. I was adamant for years and years and years and years and years and years. I would never do it. But obviously now I have kids with her.
Yeah.
She's the most important woman to me. Yes, it was always going to happen. And the fact that even she was like, "You've got to be joking," said it all to me. That I was like, she did not expect this. She didn't
You've done
expect.
very well.
She did not expect it, and it has made it the most memorable trip for us. And that to me is the absolute core memory. There were so many great memories made. I think to me, the runner up, and it's a close run up, will be the moment of taking my kids to Fantasmic.
Yeah.
Yeah, just every time I say it, I get that core memory flash, and I just like, it was such a special moment. But we had the best trip, and we made some of the best memories as a family, and all the new experiences we did were ones that we would always remember and how great they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
was such a fantastic trip. New stays, new places, new shows, new character interactions for the kids, new experiences the kids have never done. First time for Lexi to be there. Poor Lexi, she's not had much of a saying in this conversation, but Lexi's first ever trip with her, and it was the trip that she got to stay in what will now be their home resort. So every time we go, this is where they're going to stay.
Yeah.
And to me, it's a very proud parent moment that I know that I can take my kids to do those things now. And every year I know I can take them to the Polynesian resort, and they get to stay at the Island Tower, or they get to stay at Saratoga Springs, or the Boardwalk, or Beach Club, or wherever my points will allow me to let them stay. They're going to have a very good life when it comes to holidays. And it was a very proud parent moment to take them on that first one. That's just the 4 of us.
Yeah, well said. Well said. It's the magic of DVC as well, right?
Yeah, it is. And for those people that frequently go and you're considering it, if you've gone more than 4 times in the last 7 or 8 years, I would say you need to consider doing it.
Yeah, hear. It's certainly a conversation that any sort of repeated guest to Walt Disney World or Disney parks, California included, I think you've got to have a little look at it and consider. We're certainly not sponsored by any DVC, although if anyone in DVC is listening and want to sponsor a podcast, then give me a call.
Yeah, by all means. We'll sell it for you.
Exactly, yeah. But it's our passion and the passion that you shared during this episode and all the episodes in the Dislo Brits Guide and also the Devonshire Dis, when we do talk about DVC, we're not putting it on. It has created so many magical moments and magical memories for all of our families, and now as owners and parents ourselves.
Yeah, and it will always now be the best thing I've ever done. I always knew I wanted one. I always knew from the get-go how much I wanted it. It was just when it happened, I was like, oh, great, I've got it. I didn't fully appreciate how much it would be to just do it with my kids until when we went. And it was that moment of, we walked into Saratoga and I was like, okay, Saratoga is not technically our homestay because we're using, my parents' points we borrowed for this, so it's not our stay. So it didn't feel quite, although it was magical and we loved it. It wasn't that this is my. When I walked into the Poly, I was like, yes, I've done it. This is my points, my resort, my stay, my decisions have now given this to my kids. I've nailed it.
Nailed it. That's the statement. Nailed it.
Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. And all right. You have to pay your maintenance every year. This, the flights to get out there can be quite costly, as we all know. But when you're out there, you just sit there and go, it's worth it. It's just so worth it. Don't worry about anything else.
You've just filled the best part of 2 hours of giving reason to why it is absolutely worth it every time we head across the pond. That's for sure.
Yeah, and it is. And every time we go, it's just the best. And every time we go, it's new memories, as you know, new experiences together as a family, whether it be a large group or just as a four of us. And you just, every time you walk away, it's something new. And it's so special. And this year is my favourite trip I've ever done, hands down.
Great stuff. It certainly sounded like a memorable one. Thank you kindly for sharing all of the memories. It sounded phenomenal. I know it was only just snippets, I bet, of what was even more of a magical trip. So I appreciate you jumping on this episode and sharing all that you have done. Obviously, for listeners, if you are following the Sailing Away podcast on Instagram, then Ads has shared a few snippets via photos and videos that we mentioned, so do go over on Instagram and check them out as well, because there are some magic behind some of the memories made there, and you can see some of that over on your Instagram account. There's a couple. It barely scratched the surface, but they're the snippets I felt were worth bringing up, especially a good few options of the photos of the island tower. Yeah, definitely. What's next for you and the family as far as Disney is concerned?
Well, as of now, it currently stands that we are booked to go next year. So we are booked in for. It's not going to be a park stay. We're a park trip. Sorry, it will be. We're going to fly out, do a couple of nights of just chilling at the resorts. Then we're going to do a 5-night cruise on the Disney Fantasy, doing Lookout Key and Castaway.
Awesome.
Which will be really, really cool. And then we're going to do 4 nights at the Poly, and then we're going to fly home. No parks.
Great stuff.
That's the plan so far.
Just soaking in your home and also enjoying the cruise, because I know you love a cruise life.
Yeah, absolutely. Just I want to go to Lookout. I've not experienced Lookout yet. I really want to do it.
That's true.
Get that. It'll be my first cruise officially as a gold member. So I turned gold off my last cruise. This will be the first one I do as a gold member.
Awesome.
So that'd be cool to do that. But also, because we did the parks this year, and there's so much construction going on in the parks in the next couple of years, we didn't think it was worth it for the length of time we wanted to be there. So we're like, do you know what? We've got enough points for 4 nights. Let's just do 4 nights after the cruise of just chilling at the resort. We'll get a car. We'll go out and do some bits outside the bubble if need be. Go do Disney Springs and just enjoy it.
Soaking that Disney magic.
Yeah.
It's there. It's not just the parks, guys.
This is it. And if I want to watch fireworks, I don't need to pay a park admission. I can just go to balcony 3.
That's very true.
Yeah.
What a tip that is for any Poly visitor.
Absolutely. If you're staying at the Island Tower, don't get stuck in it. Unless you really, really want to get into the crowd of Happily Ever After and be in that, sardine pit, because it is. But and that's not a criticism. That's just because it's such a massive show and everyone wants to watch it. You just naturally are sardines, aren't you, in that? That's just how it is. That's not a negative criticism. That's just the way it is. But when you watch it from the Poly Tower and you've got like maybe 3 or 4 people there and you can still see it all, and you're like, yeah, this is nice. I'm good with. I'm sat in a chair watching it. This is much better.
Yeah, it sounds attractive to me.
Yeah, it is good.
Oh, AC, thank you kindly for jumping on once more.
My pleasure.
Listeners, I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm sure you have. It's been great to hear about what has been just a phenomenally magic time that you've had over in Walt Disney World, and we can't wait to hear more about the memories for 2026 and the cruise life, of course.
Yeah, no, it was really good. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for giving me a chance to talk about it and relive it, really, because it's, life's been so manic since I've got home. I'd forgotten half of it already, so it was nice to go through it and reminisce it and realise how wonderful it was.
Yeah, definitely. That's the thing. Those memories last a lifetime.
They do. Yeah, they really do.
Awesome. Right, listeners, thank you kindly for tuning in today and listening to myself and AC once more. If you like what you heard, please give us a like, subscribe to the Devonshire Dis Podcast, and share us amongst your friends. You can find the Devonshire Dis alongside AC at the Sailing Away podcast on Insta. Devonshire Dis is also on YouTube and good old TikTok, so please go and check us out on those platforms. If you like the sound of our voice, you can hear us both talking alongside Luke and Kev about all the Disney news from the parks, DVC, Disney Cruise Line, over at the Dislow podcast. We publish an episode every month talking about the latest news, so go check that out. And we've mentioned DVC once or twice during this episode. If you are a DVC member or you are considering DVC, as we mentioned earlier, go and head over to Brit's Guide to DVC and Kev and give us a listen if you need any sort of hints, tips, questions answered regarding DVC or anything about Disney, because quite frankly we like a waffle about anything to do with Disney. Just give us a shout on any of those accounts and any of us will be happy to spam your messenger or your WhatsApp with as much information as we can possibly share. Apart from that, my final thanks to AC once more for sharing everything. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, AC.
Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it, guys. Really appreciate your time.